Time now for Utah's most accurate forecast with Thomas Geboy. Weather rates certified 11 years in a row.
Good afternoon, Utah. I hope that you're having a terrific Tuesday. We're tracking more wet weather across the state this afternoon. We're also still looking at windy conditions, even though the wind advisories and the high wind warnings have since gone away. Much colder temperatures across the state. And not only are we going to be finding times of snow through today, but into our Wednesday as well. We still have our winter storm warnings and our winter weather advisories. These continue through 3 o'clock in the morning overnight tonight. And we're still going to be talking about accumulating snow in these areas. So for our northern Utah mountains, the southwestern Wyoming, the eastern Uintas, and the central mountains, including the Wasatch Plateau, that's where we're going to see the bulk of the impacts. But we're still going to be looking at snow mainly in the northern 2/3 of the state, not only for today, but into tomorrow as well. Here's a look at some of the snow totals we've seen in our mountains. And I want to make the caveat here. These snow totals are as of 6 o'clock in the morning. In all of these areas, we have seen snow continuing throughout the morning into the early stretches of this afternoon. Snowbird, it is a full-on powder day with a foot of snow. Alta and Brighton earlier this morning were reporting 11 inches of snow. Solitude and Bryan Head at 9 inches. Canyons Village and Park City 8 inches of snow. And for the Snowbird camera and at the snow stake, I believe that we're actually getting closer to around 15 to 18 inches of snow. And earlier this morning, Andy Heyer captured this in Alta, the slow motion of the snow. And you got plenty of folks trying to get on that lift to enjoy that fresh powder. Nothing like some fresh powder on a spring day. And here is the view right now in Alta where that snow is coming down in bunches still. So if you're heading up to the canyons, you're going to be enjoying some fresh snow. You just need to be very careful on your way up there as the traction law does remain in effect. So the cold front that moved through yesterday that brought us that heavy band of snow along the Wasatch Front has since moved away to the east, but there's an elongated trough that you see right here, and that's giving us enough energy in the northern half of the state to continue with that chance for some snow showers. But we're also seeing a little bit of snow near Bryan Head and around Bryce Canyon country as well. But in northern Utah, just over the last hour or so, we started to see a lot more snow begins to develop around the Great Salt Lake. That's now working its way into the Utah Valley, the Salt Lake Valley, Davis and Weber County starting to see a little bit more snow. And of course, our mountains are seeing more snow along with Tuella County. Here's the view from ABC4 News Studios here with our Colonial flag. And we have started to see a little bit of snow, and that breeze is definitely kicked up. It feels like a winter day rather than a spring day. And in Bryce Canyon, getting a little bit of sunshine peeking through, but about an hour or so ago, we were looking at some pretty steady snow falling in Bryce Canyon. Let's begin the Futurecast 1 o'clock this afternoon. And as we go through today, like I've been mentioning, the best chance for snow is mainly going to be in the northern 2/3 of the state. It's going to favor the higher terrain. But as we go through this afternoon, we're going to have that chance to see additional snow showers, and it's going to be cold enough, even in our valleys along the Wasatch Front, that chance for snow will begin to dwindle as we go into this evening, with the exception of the mountains. But as quickly as we get back into tomorrow morning, we're going to have an additional chance for snow down into our valleys. But by tomorrow morning into tomorrow afternoon, the best chance will then migrate north of I-70 as we keep unsettled weather in the forecast, not only for Wednesday, but into our Thursday as well. But the difference between Wednesday and Thursday, we're going to start to warm up a little bit better of a chance for some valley rain and mountain snow. And not only are we talking about the chance of snow, but we have enough dynamics in our atmosphere where we could find more rumbles of thunder today. So some spots are likely going to find some thunder snow where we could see brief heavy precipitation in the form of snow, maybe even some graupel, some gusty winds, and of course lightning. So just be careful if you're going to be out and about for today. Daytime high is going to be ranging about 20 degrees below average, 41 in Salt Lake City, 41 in Delta, 40 in Cedar City, 56 in St. George. But by the time you get down to St. George, we'll be looking at mostly sunny skies. But into tonight, we'll be talking about temperatures that are quite cold across the board. Even St. George likely going to be dropping to the freezing mark. But we'll start to see warming temperatures for St. George once we get into our Wednesday. We'll be close to 70 degrees for Thursday, in the 70s for Friday. But the things will be a little bit more unsettled along the Wasatch Front. Scattered snow showers for today and tomorrow. A little bit better chance for today, as daytime highs will only be in the 40s. We'll be back in the 50s for your Thursday and Friday, keeping a slight chance for wet weather, a better chance for rain on Saturday. But then we finally enter into a drier pattern by Sunday into Monday.